This interview was brought to you by Hard Force and Metalxs.
Build a wall. What do you think your fists are for? Build a wall.
When we first came here, it was kind of a little bit of a shock for us because, being Americans coming to Paris, Parisians didn't really like Americans too much, so we had to kind of get over that and know that the fans don't necessarily think about us the way that the people in the hotel or the restaurants do. So we built our relationship with them, and we really love playing here as much as the fans love us coming here because, granted we have a song that I sing in really bad French, but I made the effort to really try and show, hey, you know what? We're guests here. We love your country. We want to be here and stuff, but we know we're guests and that you don't owe us anything. When we did Super Collider, we just kind of figured, you know what, we've played songs like Black Friday. We played songs that are talking about chopping people into bits and stuff. So, how much more aggressive can you get than that? And we really were following our heart with this record. There's some aggressive stuff on it, like Built for War and other songs like Kingmaker, which we play tonight. But when we started this record, basically none of the songs were written. We had ideas, we had parts and stuff and concepts, and several of the songs had some lyrics that were started, but nothing, complete. Probably the song that was most complete was Super Collider, and it's not exactly the same way right now as it was when I discovered it again, because I'm a pack rat when it comes to guitar songs, riffs, lyrics, little parts and stuff. If I like it, I'll save it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to ever record it, because what's the use of recording crap? Who's going to want to record crap? So, we would save stuff, and I've got stuff I've saved over the years. Some of it's really new, some of it's really old stuff. Like Super Collider was, I wrote the majority of that song back around euthanasia time, and it just kind of got stuck into the vault. But the rest of the stuff we wrote on the spot, and it's really cool too because David Ellefson and Sean Drover and Chris Broderick have all been able to write on this record. I was really impressed with what Sean and Chris wrote too, because everybody knows David Ellefson's a great writer, but they don't know much about Sean or Chris, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Jason said that. I think it would be fun to do, but David Ellefson has to be the one that says that's okay. I would love to play with Jason again because, I never have played with him. He was in Flotsam and Jetsam when they toured with Megadeth, and then he went on to Metallica. So we've never actually played together. I think it might be a cool idea to do, but if David's not okay with it, then, I'll go play with Newstead, But then the thing too is kind of seeing the bride before the wedding, I would rather that we did it at the end of the show when everybody was there, because as the day progresses, more and more people come. I think it was very creative of Jason. I love him. I think he's a monstrous bass player, and I think his new band's great. So I hope it happens, but it's up to David Ellefson. Being with Universal has been just a blessing for us, because when we left Capitol and went to Sanctuary, it was kind of like riding a bicycle and the chain came off, and you're not going anywhere, but you're pedaling and you're like, what the fuck happened, And then when we went to Roadrunner, it was just more of the same. And we have a lot of friends at Roadrunner that were really great people, worked really hard for us and tried to do the best they can, but there were some people there that were really stupid. One guy said, I want to re-release a Tout Le Monde as a single, but change the name to Set Me Free. And it's like, the fans know this song. They know it's called a Tout Le Monde. What are you trying to change it to Set Me Free, you dumb fucker? And I said, whose idea was this? They go, oh, it's the president of the label. And I went, oh. So you had to do it because, the president of the label says, well, screw him. We're not going to give them any money to support the record. We're not going to do any ads. We're not going to do any promotion. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And then we're stuck there. Do you remember the band Boston? They had a problem with Sony. They were stuck there for 20 years. I don't want to be stuck at Roadrunner for 20 minutes.
This interview was presented by Hard Force and Metalxs.